Good afternoon. I'm Cindy Bertram, and thanks for joining me today on Good Ship Happens. Yes, it's been a very, very busy week with new ships coming out and more in the future too, which is great because once again, that always excites me. New ships excite me like crazy, and it's so good. The cruise industry is building in different ways too. One thing too that came up is interest. It's not just ocean cruising, of course. We're seeing there's actually very interesting too. There are a couple of hotel corporations that actually been getting into the cruise industry too, which is really interesting too, because once again it goes back to originally the cruise industry when it started 50 some years ago. It was they started with smaller ships, okay, and they got big ships, small ships, medium-sized ships too. But also we've got amazing things coming up, okay. And of course, one ship that was just christened first part of August was actually the Explorer Journeys, their third Explorer Journeys ship, which is called the Explorer 3. I'm actually writing about it right now, so I'm really excited. It's got photographs to use too, which is great too. But also, Explorer Journeys, they're actually bringing the ocean life to sea. They're actually owned by the MSC Group. That MSC Group actually is family owned. They got their container shipping company for years, and they're based in Geneva, Switzerland. They're Italian family. They're great people. Met one of the family members too. Great person, and they decided to get into the cruise industry um, back around 30 some years ago with MSC Cruises, and then in 2004 they decided to open a U.S. office in the United States. They've grown, which is great too. I've been on a couple of cruises, which is really fantastic. Also, one thing, a favorite thing of mine too, is actually with MSC Cruises, their private out island is absolutely gorgeous. Private out islands were first started by Norwegian Cruise Line back, 1971 maybe. And then other cruise lines started to kind of hop in that, which is great too, because once again, they can kind of customize things. It's just guests on board the ship visit that island, which is great too. And just a way to relax, enjoy different things. Also, I know that with Norwegian Cruise Line, the first cruise line that actually have a private out island, Great Stirrup Cay. I've been there and was there when they first cruise they ever took. We went there. It was great. I loved it. Back then, they had to actually have the ships tender in. And with cruise lines now, today more so in the past, 15 some years, they actually have docks right there. Well, what happened was last year, they decided to build their own dock right there. So they opened their dock. So they have ships that can actually dock right there, which is great too. It's really more convenient too. And not the tendering is not bad, but I've done it before. But with MSC Cruises, their outlands called Ocean Cay MSC Marine Reserve. It's beautiful, amazing. I love it. Back history, of course, is when they decided to kind of come up with a private island themselves. They actually found an island. They negotiated with the Bahamian government to lease an island for 100 years. They paid them $100 million. The island was a former manufacturing plant. The company left the island, and they had scrap metal there. It was crazy scrap metal. The trees were dead. The sea life was dead. Okay, MSC actually invested over $40 million. Yes, over $400 million into building the island back up. They had to weigh 1,500 tons of scrap metal. They built, thousands of trees. And what they did too is when I was there on a christening cruise back, it might have been fall of 2021. I was there and they did a sand cutting. They wanted to build this conservation center. And I was there last year on the christening of the MSC World America. They opened up their conservation center. And what they're doing is they're building coral reef trees. Also working different avenues too, which is really great too, because once again, it's a way to kind of help build sustainability back and building the oceans too. That's great too. But also, as mentioned, I know that with Norwegian Cruise Line, they have a dock now where their ships dock right there, which is great too. They've added different things. A water park area really, really looks really, really pretty. I've been there a couple of times. But that's really kind of a fun thing to do too, because when cruising first came back after COVID-19, cruise lines that had their own private islands, they focused on that first too because they control everything, which is great. And now, of course, they're enhancing different things too, which is really great too. But also, we've got new cruise ships coming out more this year, of course. But going back to, I mentioned luxury hotels. Okay, they're carving up something really kind of more unique. It's a new category of cruising, so to speak. And a good example is actually Ritz-Carlton yachts. First one came up with coming up with cruise ships that kind of board on their own Ritz-Carlton hotels. Also, we've got Orient Express. Another is Aman at Sea and Four Seasons Yachts. Four Seasons Yachts just debuted last year with their first ship. They got 2 more ships or 3 more ships coming out too. And also coming up too is actually, I know Aman at Sea is coming out next year, which is really kind of exciting too. But it just kind of fits a different niche too, depending on what people want to. But they're, once again, these are very, very small ships. Okay. They're be dealing with 6,000 guests on the ship, but they're doing different things. Aman at Sea is actually, like I said, it's going to be introducing their 94 guests. Yes, 94 guests. It's Amagati in May this next year. And what's great too is 50% of their bookings are being made through cruise travel advisors too, which is great too. So once again, it really kind of fits the need too, because once again, people say, okay, Cindy, what's the best cruise line for me to take? Well, the point is, where do you want to go? What do you want to see? What kind of environment do you want to experience on board the ships? Because that's very important to do more than ever. I mean, bigger ships have great entertainment. I'm not saying anything about them. They're doing great stuff too. Some people like more than embracing luxury. Once again, besides taking ocean cruise ships, you can actually sail, of course, on river cruises. Also, we've got, of course, Victory Cruise Lines, which started last year. Their Victory Cruise Lines launched their 5 Great Lakes cruises. They do this, of course, in the late spring, early in summer, late fall. Then the waters get too cold, but they started it last year. I was actually in the Victory one last year in April. I was on the Christening Cruise, which was really great. They flew me to Toronto and went to 5 Great Lakes. It was really kind of good to really kind of experience that too. Plus, the good thing for me was actually what they do is they sail from Toronto through the 5 Great Lakes to Chicago Navy Pier. Been there several times, live outside Chicago. They also reverse that too. They sail from Chicago Navy Pier through the 5 Great Lakes, and then they wind up in Toronto. And the flights, because they flew me to Toronto, and the flights are not that long from Chicago, because it worked out perfectly too. Different things you can actually see on those. Some cities I've not seen before. One that was really fun to see too, I've heard about like crazy, which are really good too, but also what they did was, one we visited was actually Mackinac Island. And with Mackinac, what they do is they still don't allow any kind of motor vehicles, okay? No motor vehicles. Mackinac Island, they don't allow that. It was kind of interesting to kind of see that, because I thought, how do they get people riding bikes, of course, and they have horse-drawn carriages. Yes, I did a tour using a horse-drawn carriage. The horses were so huge. They're Clydesdales. It really was a great post to really kind of see that island, Mackinac in different ways too. But it was really kind of interesting too. And once again, the ship was so small, it could dock right there at the pier, so we'd have to sit there and kind of pedal in ourselves. But it was really interesting, very interesting too. Different side sceneries. So that came in mind because once again, Victory Cruise Line says their Victory One Victory Cruise Line ship sailing right now, which is really great. Another great way to kind of experience things if you're kind of wanting maybe to look at that first. Of course, now too is we've got more ships coming out this year. Another thing coming up too is we've got a cruise line that's been around for a couple of years now, Margaritaville at Sea. And what they did was they have a new ship debuting actually next year. It's called their Margarita at Sea. Their ship's called the Beachcomber. And it's going to have, this is kind of funny too, is they're going to have the world's largest 5 o'clock summer bar. Okay. Yeah. It's called 5 o'clock summer bar, which is really fun too. And it's going to be anchoring on the ship's upper decks. It's going to be, they're going to have a 50-foot tall venue, which spans 4 different levels. And of course, serves as a poolside playground. Okay. A hangout spot for sips before dinner nearby at their JMB Prime Steakhouse. Boat drinks, they got draft beers, classic cocktails are available too. And of course, with the Beachcomber, that's the new ship coming out with Margarita Sea next year. And it's going to be, the poolside experience is going to be, I think, the main event too, because once again, it's going to be really taking up their what they call their signature fun up to a different level too. So once again, it's kind of fun. The 5 o'clock summer bar gives guests a great place to linger longer over food and better drinks too. And also on the upper deck, their Beachcomber ship next year, they've got to have other dining venues include their poolside cheeseburger in Paradise Burger Bar. Also, they get their Mexican cutie or cutie cantina, I guess, cutie cantina has customized street style tacos, rice bowls, also fresh salsas paired with homemade margaritas. And of course, their adults only cabanas have cushioned seating and dedicated bar service, which is great too. And also, a few more spots include their license to chill pool deck. How funny, license to chill pool deck, right? It features a water slide, whirlpools, and cabanas. Also at the center is their 6-string stage, which hosts live music performances throughout the day. And the new Daiquiri Shack, I love it. I know, yeah, Daiquiri Shack is going to provide a quick stop for frozen cocktails, after the rainbow, and license to chill. I love it. License to chill. Okay. Bar is a hideaway with really beautiful ocean views and a menu of signature drinks too. But how fun. And I really like that license to chill bar, huh? What a great name too. But also once again too, this is going to be coming up on the Margarita Sea, their beach cover coming out next year. It's going to be having the biggest 5 o'clock bar, summer bar. Okay. But have fun. Yes. Something else too is of course with Embassy Cruises. Of course, they've got a new ship coming out this fall, and it is their that's their World Asia cruise coming out this fall, and should be actually christened over in the Mediterranean. Okay, but that's good too. What they did too is it's their new ship coming out this fall, and the Embassy World Asia is actually be christened over in Europe first. She'll be offering those kinds of cruises first, and then what they do is they just announced some things too. She's going to bring some world-class experiences, different areas too, because once again, as mentioned, there are going to be changes to my itineraries too, but once again, with the winter deployment, right now, of course, the MC World Asia is going to be christened, of course, this fall in the Mediterranean. Staying there, then she's going to reposition to the U.S., offering the Caribbean cruises. But they just announced some new things as far as their itineraries, which I thought would be good to share too. They've also mentioned that their world-class ships, they're really adding more presence across Florida and the Caribbean. So this winter, good time to go to Caribbean when it gets too cold here outside Chicago. They mentioned the new flagship, the World Asia, will actually be bringing their world-class experience to Southern Caribbean, offering 7 and 14-night itineraries from Martinique, Guadeloupe, and Barbados. And those islands are beautiful. I've been there. I want to go back. But how fun that they're going to be sailing, offering itineraries from Martinique, Guadeloupe, and Barbados. And Barbados is just gorgeous. I love it. It's beautiful. That's actually where Rihanna's from, the singer. Beautiful. I love it. It's so beautiful. Been there so times and I love it. And Martinique's beautiful. Guadeloupe in there too. It's really pretty too. What they're doing is they're having more ship sailing out of their ship sailing out there too, which is great too. And that's going to be, of course, on their new flagship, the Embassy World Asia. And she'll be offering 7 to 14 night itineraries, which is great too. So, yeah, I mean, 7 night cruises are really fun, but I tell you what, you get kind of hooked on cruising and you don't want to get off a ship. So, 14 night cruise sounds really, really embracing to me too. Also, they've also got 3 other ships too. They've got the Embassy World America, which was on last year's Christening Cruise. It was beautiful. I loved it. Amazing. She's sailing from Miami, of course. And then their World Atlantic going to start sailing from the Port Canaveral beginning in November 2027 next year. And the Embassy World Asia is going to be sailing in the Southern Caribbean. So just announced some new deployments for the winter of 2027 through 2028. Definitely keep in mind because it's beautiful ships too. And as mentioned, the World Asia is going to sail in the Southern Caribbean. So as mentioned, they're actually have embarkation in Port-de-France, Martinique. They've got Guadeloupe, Port Pietro, also Bridgetown, Barbados. I've been to those islands. They're beautiful, amazing. And not sailing from the U.S. is not bad, but this is a great way to really kind of embrace those islands because they're so beautiful, amazing. With the culture, the cuisine, and just the beaches are gorgeous, just beautiful. Okay. Also, they're going to be visiting some of those beautiful places. As mentioned, they're going to be visiting Castries, St. Lucia, it's beautiful, St. George, Grenada, Phillipsburg, St. Martin, St. John, Antigua, and Barbuda. And Antigua and Barbuda also, they're going to be sailing in Basse-Terre, St. Kitts, and Nevis also, Roseau, Dominica, which is beautiful. And also, it could be having Kingstown, St. Vincent, also Grenadines too. But I'll tell you what, these islands are so beautiful. I want to go back so bad. And as mentioned, the World Europe going to sail first in the I guess it's pronounced actually the World Europa. Yeah, she's going to sail in Western Mediterranean first, and she's going to be offering 7 night itineraries in the Western Mediterranean, sailing from a selection of different convenient embarkation ports across the region. And what's great too is that she's going to visit some of the most sought after destinations, including a mix of iconic places, including Barcelona, Spain, Marseille, France, Genoa, Italy, Civitavecchia, Italy, also Messina, Italy, and also Valletta, Malta. And the World Europa delivers really elevated experiences too, with diverse dining, entertainment, family offerings too. They've got expansive indoor and outdoor spaces. They have an open air world promenade, which is beautiful. The World Galleria, specialty restaurants, bars and lounges, and they've got something for every age on board the ship, which is great too. So it's really perfectly suited for winter sailings in the Mediterranean, connecting guests with a really, really true Europe holiday. And then, of course, with the Embassy World Asia coming out, sailing in the Mediterranean, also their Embassy Meraviglia is going to be in the South Caribbean in the winter of 2027, 2028. But just great options to think about too, because Embassy Cruises is really expanding what they're offering too. But really nice too. What they're doing too is also with Osmar Cruises. Been around for quite a long time, and originally with Osmar Cruises, it was actually started part of Royal Caribbean Group, and then during the pandemic, of course, Osmar Cruises got sold off to this big investment company that came back, which is really great. And what they're doing is they just really doing some great things too. What's really fun too is Osmar Cruises just got done with their first CEO cruise. They did Alaska earlier this summer, which is really great too. And Don Rosenthal, the CEO of Osmar Cruises, was on board too. I saw a picture that looked phenomenal. I've been to Alaska. I want to go back so bad. But anyway, they just announced some new itineraries for Osmar Circle Cruises from November 10th to the 21st on the Osmar Journey. It's in Greece, Cyprus, and Turkey. And also what's great too is that's going to be in 2027. So once again, it's going to be Azamara Journey. She's going to be offering a special cruise for guests November 10th to the 21st. And it's for 2027 Azamara Circle cruise for guests. And once again, it just offers some different options too. Once again, too, and this is following its well-received CEO cruise, which took place in Alaska earlier this year. John Rosenthal, the CEO, was on board, of course, too. It was their special cruise, which is great too. And as mentioned, with their 2027 Azamara Circle cruise, is going to take place, of course, on board the Azamara Journey, November 10th to the 21st. It's going to sail through the Greece, Cyprus, and Turkey. And it's really kind of designed to kind of around Azamara's most loyal guests too, which is great too. And it's like a tradition now for the CEO cruise, which is great too. And what's great too is Sandra mentioned she's the CEO of North. She's a great person. She said our little guests are the stars of the show and bring such an incredible passion for Azamara. So the Azamara Circle Cruise is our opportunity to celebrate that passion in a really true, special way, from spending time together ashore to enjoying special experiences on board. It's about creating an unforgettable journey with the people that know and love Azamara best, which is great too. So like I mentioned, Donna just did her first Azamara CEO cruise in Alaska this year, and with their 2026 Alaska CEO cruise earlier this year, it offered guests a variety of different opportunities to really experience Azamara alongside its leadership, including, of course, Dondra, which is great too. It included hosted excursions with Dondra Retzenthaler. How wonderful! Special Q&A with Azamara with executives. Also, a lively onboard talent disco and special events designed to bring guests together. And among the highlights, of course, was actually an Atlas Bar cocktail competition. How fun! An Atlas Bar cocktail competition featuring original creators submitted by bartenders from across Azamara's fleet and presented, of course, during the special event, of course, which was really great during their Alaska sailing too. And as mentioned, the 2027 Azamara Circle Cruise will provide guests with the opportunity to really experience Azamara Journey with different members of this passion community, of course, and special programming experiences too. And that's going to be taking place, of course, next year. The date is actually scheduled from November 10th to the 21st on the Azamara Journey, and she'll be visiting Greece, Cyprus, and Turkey. But how great! Isn't that wonderful? I love it too. As far as new ships coming out too, a lot. We've got, of course, still coming out this year. We've got another MSC Cruises ship coming out this year. Later on, that's the one that's going to be sailing on the Mediterranean, cruising the Mediterranean too, of course. We've got the let's see here. I'm going to look here. Let me go back in my notes too, because it's really wonderful they're doing too. But you know, with this year's tip, we have the MSC Cruises. The new ship coming out, of course, is the let's see here. It's a new MSC ship. That's Asia. Yeah, it's going to be christened over in Mediterranean first. Two other ships coming out this year, of course. Later on, we've got Windstar Cruises. Their Star Explorer is going to be christened and coming out this December. And as mentioned, with the Star Explorer, that's Windstar Cruises, our guest capacity is just 224 guests, okay? We've got also coming out, I guess the second Four Seasons that's coming out later this year too. And we've got Legacies just came out, of course, in July. That's got the Chief Dog Officer on board too, remember? And also, by the way, with Royal Caribbean, we have the new ship coming next year. Right now, they're looking for the name of their new Chief Dog Officer. Think of a name, send it in. They're trying to find a cute name for a new chief dog officer on their new ship coming up next year, that's Royal Caribbean. How fun. And as mentioned, the ship's coming out next year, of course, and but they're looking for a name for a chief dog officer for that ship, okay? So let's keep in mind, because right now they've got 3 chief dog officers, okay? We've got Rover, Sailor, and Skipper, okay? And these are golden retriever dogs. They're trained, they're really cute. And Michael Bay, the president, loves dogs like crazy. And of course, what they did first is they had her come to the office, okay? People didn't want to leave the office, but they did get her on the ship. She's there to create entertainment fun for people on board the ships too. But how fun. So if you think of a good name for a chief dog officer, let me know. Or send off to work because they're looking for a name for a chief dog officer next ship coming out next year, okay? And look at the name of the ship too. I can't remember it, but how fun. It's let's see here, look here. Because some ships coming out too. We've got oh, here we go. Yeah, yep. It's the next ship coming out with Royal Caribbean is going to be called Hero of the Seas. Okay, that's Royal Caribbean's new ship coming out next year. They have a chief dog officer on board the ship too. They're looking for a name. Come on, name, send to Royal Caribbean. And send it to Michael Bailey maybe too. The president's great guy. Ship's coming out August next year, and what I'm doing is she'll handle say about 5,610 guests, and her nautical season is going to be actually August 11th next year. She'll be offering 3 nights per day getaway. Okay, that's their private outline. Their main scene is going to be doing Western and Eastern Caribbean cruises too. Okay, so that's fun too. So keep name in, please. Okay, and we've got, of course, other ships coming out next year. As you can tell, new ships always really excite me too. We've got, of course, Norwegian Cruise Lines. They got their Norwegian Auras coming out next year in May. Her capacity is going to be 3,880 guests, and her sailing is going to be May 21st, 2027, doing a 7-day Mediterranean cruise. Okay, and she'll be doing that first, and then she'll actually transition to the Caribbean too. So the ship's name is called the Norwegian Aura, AURA. Also, we've got Carnival Cruise Line next year. Those like to have festivities, whatever. Their new ship coming next year is called the Carnival Festival, and her have a capacity of 6,400 guests. And her now is going to be May 2nd of 2027, doing a 15-day transatlantic cruise from Southampton, England to Port Canaveral. And her maiden season is going to be offering 6 to 8-day Eastern and Southern Caribbean itineraries too. How fun. Years ago, Carnival did have another ship called the Festival. This is a new ship, a brand new ship. The other Festival is gone, but this is a brand new ship called the Carnival Festival coming out in May next year. How fun. And we've got also Oceania Cruises. They're more luxury, but Oceania Sonata is their new ship coming out next year in August. And with the Oceania Sonata, she will have a capacity of just 1,390 guests. Her next is going to be in August next year, August 7th. And she'll be having a 14-day Mediterranean cruise, Rome to Trieste. Their main scene is going to be, of course, Mediterranean. Then she'll be going into the Caribbean, Mexico, also Central America. Different options, which is great too. They have a lot of choices. And we've got Explorer 4 is coming out next year too. That's Explorer Journeys. Explorer 4 is coming out next year in April. Okay. And she, of course, is there bringing ocean life to sea. That's MSC Group's luxury cruise line, Explorer Journeys. Explorer 4 is coming out next year in April. April 23rd, 2027 is their inaugural sailing. And offering a 7-night Lisbon to Southampton maiden season, then Northern Europe, New England, and Canada. Also Caribbean. And it just accommodates 926 guests, okay? And how fun, right? And we've got, of course, we've got another ships coming out next year too. Another one will be next year. We've got MSC Cruises. Their next ship next year is going to be MSC World Atlantic, coming out November next year, next fall. Guest capacity is just 6,776 guests. And our main season is going to be Eastern and Western Caribbean cruises, of course. Inaugural sailing is going to be on November 13th, 2027. And then I talked about Explorer Journeys. Well, guess what? Besides having Explorer 4 coming out next year, in December, they've got their Explorer 4 coming out. December 2027. As mentioned, these are luxury cruise lines owned by Embassy Group. Guest capacity just 926 guests. And with the Explorer 4, that's the name of the ships, 1, 2, 3, 4, the warships coming up too, but should be offering on December 4th is their inaugural sailing next year, 7-night cruise from Civitavecchia to Istanbul, and then should be sailing in the Mediterranean, Middle East, Northern Europe too. And of course, we've got ships looking for a name for Chief Dog Officer here. The Seas coming out next year. That's in August. That's Royal Caribbean's new ship. And Disney Cruise Lines too, as they've got another ship coming next year too. The Disney Believe. So it's Believe. Believe. Disney Believe. You can believe in Disney, right? Well, the Disney Believe is a new ship coming out next year. They didn't mention the date yet, but it's probably later on. And then we got, of course, later on in 2027, more ships. Carnival Cruise Line has their Carnival Tropical coming out, of course, in 2028. And they haven't mentioned when she's coming out yet, but she will actually accommodate 6,400 guests, okay? And we've got Emerald Cruises. Okay, they've got their Emerald Zara. It's XARA Zara coming up March 2028. And with Emerald Cruises, very luxury. And I have just accommodated 128 guests. And she'll actually be offering, it's going to be in March 2028, offering 15-day cruise, Hong Kong to Tokyo. And then our maiden season is going to be actually including Asia and Australia too. And we've got, of course, Four Seasons Yachts coming out with their, I guess their second ship. Yeah, it's next year, not this year. 2028, sorry. Four Seasons Yachts. Their next ship, Four Seasons 2, is coming out in April in 2028. And as mentioned, the Four Seasons 1 is sailing right now. Been sailing for about 2 years now. Four Seasons 2 coming out in 2028 in April. And it's mentioned as part of the hotel group, but they came up with the idea to really kind of get into the cruise industry too, which is really great too. So with the Four Seasons 2, she just accommodates 158 guests on board, yes. Her next sailing is going to be April 30th, 2028, 7-night Mediterranean cruises from Athens to Alexandria. The main sailing is going to be really the Mediterranean too, which is great too. And then we've got more ships too. Of course, we've got scenic cruises too. The Scenic Icon is coming out in May 2028. Guest capacity is just 270 guests. Her next is going to be on April 21st, 2028, 15-day Italy, Greek Isles, and the Pyramids. Who would want to go to the Pyramids? Believe me, I just love, I've been there, my parents went there a long time ago on a trip, but how fun to see the pyramids. It really looks beautiful too, you know. And right there too, of course, learn how to walk like an Egyptian too, okay? A friend actually did it. He is a good friend, but he and his wife did a cruise with some friends. They played that music there in front of the pyramids, and they played that song like an Egyptian. They walked like an Egyptian. It was really fun. It was like, oh my God, this is so fun. Beautiful though. So with the Scenic Icon coming up May 2028, with her inaugural sailing April 21st, 2028, there'll be a 15-day Italy, Greek Isles, and the Pyramids from Rome to Athens. And Crystal Cruises, their new ship, is coming out 2028. It's a Crystal Grace. I love the name. Coming out in May 2028. Our capacity is going to be just 650 guests. And her sailing is going to be on June 11th, 2028, from Rome to Venice. And what's really great too is Crystal Cruises was around for a long time, and then during the pandemic, of course, they went under. But Abercrombie actually bought Crystal Cruises, 2 ships. We started those, and I think the brand new ship coming out 2028, the Crystal Grace. I love the name, don't you? It's easy to remember too, but it was like Crystal. I got a chance to sail on Crystal a long time ago. Beautiful ships. I mean, it was just a great experience because once again, the people sailed on the ship I was on, they were avowed Crystal Cruises sailors or guests on board. They had not really switched any of the cruise lines. It's really great to kind of experience myself too, but really, really pretty too. And of course, we've got the Celebrity Cruises too. Celebrity Excite is coming out in 2028, but how you spell Excite is not EXCITE. Celebrity Excite is actually spelled XCITE, so get that correct, okay? So Celebrity Excite, but it's XCITE, is the new ship coming out in 2028. Her capacity will be 3,260 guests, and they haven't reeled yet as far as general sailing, but how fun. I love the name. Just make sure you spell it correctly, because Excite is not EXCITE, it's spelled XCITE. So Celebrity Excite, who wouldn't get excited about Celebrity Excite, is going to be coming out in 2028. Our capacity is going to be just 3,260 guests. They do great things too. I love Celebrity Cruises, which are great too. And of course, we're opening the Icon Class ship coming out in 2028. Haven't given a name yet, but we've got, let's see, some other ships coming out too. Atlas Ocean Voyages, okay, they've got a new ship coming out, Atlas Adventurers, coming out in November 2028. Capacity is going to be 400 guests. Our stand is going to be on November 6th of 2028. 12-night Kobe round trip. So she'll be sailing on a medium voyages season will be Asia and Southeast Asia, Seychelles, Madagascar, East Africa, which is great too. So once again, Atlas Ocean Voyages. And with the Atlas Adventurer. And into, we've got 2029. This one's going to take a couple years to build a ship, okay? We've got Oceania Cruises has Oceania Arietta coming up 2029. And with Oceania Cruises, very luxury. And the Arietta is coming out sometime in 2029. They haven't released the date yet, but she will actually be accommodating just 1,390 guests. And of course, think about the word destiny. What do you think about? What's your destiny? Well, you know what? Carnival Cruise Line is a ship coming out in 2029. It's going to be the Carnival Destiny. Yes. So you can jump on the Carnival Destiny, figure out your destiny in life, right? But the Carnival Destiny coming out summer 2029. Approximately accommodate 6,160 guests. Should be sailing the Caribbean. Haven't released the date yet, too. Then we've got more Icon ships coming out. More Caribbean, of course. The Icon 6 is going to come out sometime in 2029. They haven't released the name yet too soon, but also we've got another Disney Cruise Line ship coming out 2029 and 2030, 2031. Yes, new Disney class ships. So 2029, 2030, 2020, 2031. They haven't really released the names yet too soon, but they'll announce it more later on too. And we've got of course, another Icon ship coming out with Royal Caribbean 2030. No name yet, but I'm sure they'll be having a sheepdog officer in that ship too. So keep in mind too, in case you need another name for sheepdog officer. Okay, rough. How fun. And we got, this is fun too. Crystal Cruises. The new ship coming out next year. It's called Crystal Grace. Okay. And then they've got 2 more ships coming out. They got their second and third new crystal ships coming out in 2030 and 2034. Once again, with Crystal Cruises, their ships are very small, very luxury, beautiful experiences too. But they're going to accommodate maybe 650 guests. And they haven't released the names yet, but they're very luxury. Let's keep in mind too, it's really great that Crystal came back under Abercrombie & Kent because it was great, you know. And we've got more Viking class ships coming out, of course, too. Another, of course, too, is going to be, now talk about with hotels getting into the cruise industry. Of course, Ritz-Carlton Yachts came out first. Of course, we've got, great two is we've got Four Seasons. Came out Four Seasons 1, and the Four Seasons 2, I think, coming out, is it next year, the year after, but also Four Seasons 4 is coming out 2030, okay? And we've got, as mentioned, Carnival Cruise Lines announced they've got a new class of ships. It's their Ace class ships. I love the name. It's called Ace class ships. So it's ACE, Ace class ships. Okay. Got their second and third Ace class ships coming out 2031, 2033. And we got Oceania Cruise more ships too. But like I said, I love the word that Carnival Cruise Line is doing as far as their next class of ships, because what they do is cruise lines have classes of ships. So they designed a certain way, and then they changed the class ships to maybe to enhance different things, change the size. But once again, the new class ship for Carnival Cruise Line is going to be called the Ace Class. It's ACE. Easy to remember, right? Ace Class ships. And so their second and third Ace Class ships with Carnival Cruise Line is going to be coming out 2031, 2033. They haven't released the names yet, nor the ceilings or the dates, but that's really kind of fun too, because once again, the ships are really exciting. Something else too we got is actually Princess Cruises, yes. Princess Cruises got their first, second, and third Voyager class ships coming out in 2035, 2038, and 2039. And so these are called their Voyager class ships. Okay, so first one, second one, and third one. New class of ships with Princess Cruises. Guest capacity would be 4,700 guests. And that released too much yet, but they will be coming out in 2035, 2038, and 2039. But how fun. New ships coming out really will excite me too, because once again, a great way to really kind of explore different opportunities and different things to sail too. Because once again, people say, okay, Cindy, what's the best cruise? There's so many options out there too. Where do you want to go? What do you want to see? What do you want to visit too? And experiences. Because once again, we've got some itineraries that are seasonal. A good example, of course, would be the Victory Cruise Lines, the Five Great Lakes. They do this simply later on, usually in April through early fall. Then they pull those ships out because once again, the Great Lakes get too cold, icy. Then they restart them. Okay. But also, they take river cruising ships through the U.S., of course, too. An example would be American Cruise Lines, the U.S. base. They're family owned, plus they actually own the container shipping. They own the shipping. They actually own the company actually builds the ship too, which is great too. So they offer different things too. Also, Alaska season, of course, is right now. It goes usually end of April through September, because then the waters get too cold. But it's a great way to really experience it too. Also, we've got options as far as if you want to go to Bermuda. That's kind of seasonal too. Bermuda cruises actually usually sail out of New York. I went to Bermuda, it's beautiful. And they usually sail out of New York to go to Bermuda. And they've got pink sand beaches. Yes, they're not dye beaches. They're pink sand beaches. Real sand. Okay, and there, what happened was I was there on a Bermuda cruise a long time ago. What they did was they didn't let visitors, actually rent cars to drive, because I guess we weren't experienced enough to drive a car on different island. But anyway, it was amazing, just beautiful, amazing. Also, we've got different cruise ports now too. Of course, Port Canaveral Lake Goring, which is great too. Of course, we've got it's Port Canaveral. It's about an hour from outside Orlando. You can sail, of course, out of Miami, of course, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa. Another place too is actually Philadelphia. Okay, there's a port there too. And the only cruise line that really sails out of right there is actually Norwegian Cruise Line. They got one ship that sails out of there. And they really kind of expand a little bit too. It's a smaller ship because the port's very small, but also you can actually sail out of different ports, including San Juan, Puerto Rico. You can actually sail out of Galveston, Texas, which I did last year. They flew me down to see their ship. It's going to be sailing out of Galveston, Texas last year in the fall. And they built a brand new port right there. Beautiful, amazing. They actually opened the port too. Port Galveston, beautiful port there. Other cruises have been sailing out of Galveston for years too, including Carnival. I think Royal Caribbean does, I think NCL does too. It's really great to experience that too. Of course, you can sail, of course, if you want to Alaska, it's actually sail out of cruise ships out of Seattle too. Okay, which is great too, not just Alaska, but Seattle too. They offer ship sailing there too, of course, and of course with river cruising. You've got river cruises, of course, on the rivers, of course, in Europe. The other thing I ran into lately was they've had some low waters, okay? So what they're doing is we're navigating low waters. There's low waters in the Rhine and the Danube rivers right now. What they're doing is they're sailing, but they can actually stop and then have people transported via motor coaches to see different places and put them on one of the other ships too. So once again, it's been so hot over there. I think over in Europe this summer, we had really hot weather here. but they've had hot weather. I think that's why maybe the water level is very, very low, but they're very, very careful what they do too. They have to alter things. But option two, of course, is with waterways. They actually now have two ships that sail on the Magdalena River in South America. Yes. Looks like I've written about them. And it looks gorgeous because it's a great way to really kind of experience the Magdalena River on South America. Small ships to really embrace the culture there too. Looks really beautiful too. So keep that in mind. Of course, we've got some other ships that actually sail icy waters, but once again, the polar areas too. Those ships have to be specifically built to be able to handle the cold water, of course. That's another option too, and it's very limited, of course, too. So just keep in mind, because once again, a lot of options out there. Just kind of depends on what you want to do. And the good thing too is make sure you plan farther out, of course. Also, something I want to share too is also please keep in mind we normally have different weather that comes up. And one that just came up in my area, I live outside Chicago, but we had tornadoes hit last week. I was up power for like 6 days. Okay, I got through it. Thank goodness. I survived, which is great. Had to dump things on my refrigerator, my freezer. I went to the dump. No, we had a place with actually a big container thing to usually dump things out. But also, I always buy insurance plan. I tell people, please get cruise insurance. Okay, and definitely pick a different company to buy your cruise insurance from, not to the cruise line itself. Not that I'm bad about thinking, but you've got great companies out there that sell travel insurance. You actually purchase it for a cruise. Also, what I do too is I've got a year-long plan for traveling. Okay, so in case if I get delayed, I'm doing a business trip, for instance, going to a conference, they help me, which is really great too. I've had issues like that before, and they can actually do different companies too. So please, right now, more than ever, make sure you purchase some kind of a travel insurance plan, because the ones out there for traveling, okay, you've got ones that will handle your cruises, but once again, too, is definitely think about that, because once again, if delays that come up, cancellations, you're kind of stuck. I mean, one time came up a couple years ago, I was actually doing a cruise conference, and the conference ended actually on April 1st. Yes, April Fool's Day. And I was at the last day of the conference that Friday. I was going to be flying back that night to Chicago, and I went to the conference that day in the morning, got there, and then about 12 noon, they sent me a message from the airline that, okay, we had to cancel your flight. We're going to put you on a flight next year, 2 days later. But anyway, I called them. They said, no, we'll put you on a flight tomorrow. But they put me on 2 connecting flights. So I kept checking, because the thing is, in my case, too, is I checked the hotel already. I'm going to stay. But thank goodness I had a friend staying there, too. I roomed with her, paid her money. I kept calling the airline, of course, itself, and then got to the airport earlier, waited in line for 90 minutes. That cancellation like crazy. It wasn't just the airline, but anyway, what I did was they put me on 2 connecting flights. We took off a little bit later, had to arrive a little bit later. My flight was delayed, but we got back, and thank goodness, because when I got to the airport that night after midnight, originally they told me my flight was leaving until like 9:50 p.m. that next day, but they changed it. So I wound up getting back. A flight that left at like 2 o'clock in the morning, got back to Chicago because the flight delays and changes too. About 6 o'clock in the morning. But the point is, I did have my insurance policy for delays. It was really great too, because I was reimbursed for certain things too. But also, I wrote about I did write a special article on LinkedIn. Didn't mention the airline because came so unexpected. I've never seen so many flights cancel my entire life. It was crazy. When I got to the airport, it wasn't just that airline. All the others were canceled. The weather didn't look bad. I was going, but anyway, the article I wrote was called "My April Fool's Day Reality: Flight Cancellations, Delays." I got back on April 3rd, so it wasn't just an April Fool's Day joke. It was my reality, April Fool's Day reality. I got back on April 3rd instead of April 1st, but I made it through, and thank goodness I was safe. So it was kind of fun. But yes, sometimes that April Fool's Day reality comes up too. But keep in mind, just things come up. You can't just judge them, okay? But keep in mind too, because definitely keep in touch with insurance, because once again, right now, hurricane season in the Caribbean comes up right now, and usually through November. And the good thing is with cruise ships, they actually navigate out of the hurricane, tropical waters. Once again, too, is if you're taking a cruise, it could be delayed, whatever. So please keep in mind, get travel insurance through a travel insurance company. Reach to a travel advisor. I definitely recommend that too, because definitely is important to kind of protect yourself too. But sometimes you have delays, you don't know what to do, but just keep in mind, just kind of plan things out in advance. Because once again, things come up and you can't just prevent them, you know? But it's great. Like, so new ships coming out too, of course. And keep in mind too, if you know of a good name for a chief dog officer, definitely run up by Royal Caribbean, because right now they're open to different names for chief dog officers. Yes, rough. Okay. And the fun thing is the Golden Retrievers, they're trained first, but they're there to really, really be with the guests on board the ship, but also they're on board. Great to be with their officers too, their staff members, because staff members work so hard on those ships. And it's a good way for them to connect really with their other friends too, furry friends too. So it's really great too. Yes, definitely. But really fun things to do on a cruise ship too. And keep in mind, Chief Dog Officer, I've got a couple ideas, but I haven't run anything by Royal Caribbean yet. I got to come up with an idea too. So once again, rough. Okay, they already take names. You cannot use rover, sailor, or skipper. Okay, we got 2 dog names that with the S word, but start with S, maybe something different too. I don't know. Definitely keep in mind too. I'm still kind of brainstorming right now because I met Michael Bay a couple times. He's a really great person. Some other people at Royal Caribbean too, want to run some names for them too, because they love dogs like crazy, and it's a good way to kind of bring their dog aboard the ship. The good thing is she gets trained to be aboard the ship, but the point is she's not driving the ship with her 4 paws, okay? And the good thing is she doesn't have to wear a sailor hat either. It's great too. So how fun, but just really fun too. And they usually pick Golden Retrievers. Okay? Yes. So keep an eye.
Sea views for days. Runs I'm actually excited to go on. And breakfast mojitos because it's tradition on vacation, right? Oh, and when I tell you the Virgin Voyages food is absolutely unreal, and it's all included, it almost feels too good to be true. Cheers to that, right? This has been truly amazing, but next time, you really need to be here.
Sir Richard Branson playing chess this afternoon. It was on the lineup. You had the opportunity to challenge him in a game of chess. I got to watch him play against some of the other sailors, and what was rad was everyone was just hanging out in the meantime, whether in the hot tub like we have everyone over here, or playing pickleball, which I'm about to go do again. But it was an awesome afternoon of watching him play. He loves that game.
Hi, Richard. How you doing?
Ahoy, Jennifer. Lovely to see you. I'm so excited we're partnering on Virgin Voyages.
Yeah, I'm really excited too, but I was thinking that maybe before we announce it, that we should decide on my official title at Virgin Voyages.
Yes, and I already have a few options for you.
Okay.
What about something catchy like, don't be fooled by the ship that I got. I'm now Jenny from the dock.
Okay.
Dame Jennifer Lopez.
Isn't there like a paperwork and like a sword involved?
Supreme Goddess of Mermaids.
You know what? Let's just tackle the title thing later. I'm just excited to share our gorgeous ships with the whole world.
Okay. Look, I'll brainstorm a little more and catch up soon on it. Mermaid in Manhattan?
Mama, Papa, was your suitcase packed but not mine? How could you leave us kids behind? Parents are going on a cruise without us kids, and we know whose fault this is. Virgin Voyages says we can't cruise till we're 18, which makes us shake like we had caffeine. Virgin Voyages says no kids on the ocean, so we're causing a commotion. You'll be sipping cocktails under a starlit night,
Sometimes we know you deserve it, but the fact we can't go is total bull.